This is maybe the only time you'll see us professional. Cameras off. We have 6 90-minute lessons per grade.
So the pros are obviously, unlike being a sort of homeroom teacher or grade teacher in Canada, we don't teach all day.
And then the rest of the time is filled with a weekly admin meeting, 2 planning sessions, and then the rest of it is time to individually prep.
Having our own prep time is very essential. There are always time for every single thing. There's admin time, there's prep time, there's maybe time for planning or time that you might go home early because you just need that time for yourself. So all that, it's very well scheduled. Classes are like 2 periods and we have 10 minutes break in between.
And it's really up to our discretion whether or not we choose to offer that 10-minute break for the students.
When it's a lot of writing or like exam review, then we need to break it up into smaller chunks.
In the mornings, we don't always need it because they're a little more alert and then they can sometimes be really focused and engaged for the full 90 minutes. It really depends on their mood.
The 90-minute lessons, they feel daunting at first, but they're actually quite nice because you're not trying to get everything into 40 or 50 minutes. You've got time to let things breathe, you've got more time to do community building aspects where you're chatting with the students one-on-one and you're getting to play them more games. So even though it feels like a big amount of time to fill, I'd rather have it than not have it.
And I found out that there were going to be 90 minutes. At first I was nervous because that's a really long time compared to the periods I was used to working in Canada. But then we got here, it really blows by. And with that 10-minute break in between, it really allows the students to have a moment to just relax.
I usually make sure that I've got coffee.
I always sweep the classroom.
But I just make sure that the classroom is set, my slides are good to go, my calendar and my agenda is set, and everything feels in its right place, just to make sure that I, myself, am set before the students come in.
And just a few minutes to enjoy the peace and quiet.
10 minutes before class, just a style, like prep, everything is on place. 10 minutes in class is all community building, greet the students, go through our learning goals, their agenda. That's the best 10 minutes of everything. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the class.
First 10 minutes, we also do our calendar routines, so that's practicing numbers and the dates. We go right into a fun activity, so it gets the kids a little bit loose, back in the mindset to speak English, and we usually review a concept that we did the previous day. 10
minutes always feels like a bit of a cool down. I'll usually go through homework with the students, get everything cleaned and put away nicely, and then I will always finish by doing like the class points or the class rewards, so it's always, a positive ending.
Celebrate one of the things that they did in class, for example. You were so brave speaking in front of the class, so we kind of celebrate every single thing that they achieve in class, so that eventually becomes like more confident as students as well.
Every day I have a secret student, so we see if they did a good job, we celebrate their win, and then on their way out of the classroom, I have them give a high five and say their high frequency word of the day.
Fortunately, that's what I'm used to use. There's a lot of flexibility with that. You can start anywhere you want as long as you're hitting the success criteria and the learning goals outlined in Foresight's curriculum. My personal struggle is starting. Once I find that, then it's so much easier to take it on any path that I want.
The flexibility and it allows us to be creative, so we can choose how we want to teach. We know our students really well, so at least we can kind of tailor it and change it accordingly.
For the first year, it felt like I had to a lot. You always want to do your best, but always keep in mind that your students come first. Meet them where they're at. Don't take too much pressure on yourself. And if you cannot do it today, there's always going to be a tomorrow. Having that in mind for my second year was very enlightening. That you are not alone, that you have a team that you can rely on.
Teaching French in Canada, it's immersed. Whereas here, the English class that we provide is the only time that they're practicing this language. So I thought it was gonna cause a lot more struggles for them to learn, but kids are so resilient. They pick up so quickly, especially if they want to learn, and they do. So even though it's not a fully immersed program, there's still so much learning happening in those 90 minutes every single day.